I encourage the HR professionals that I interact with at the conferences and things is start more basic. The next time you have a manager who comes to you and she wants to fire John, and you say, okay, where's your documentation? Where's the case? And either they have nothing or they have garbage.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I tell you what, Linda, I understand by what you've said and the little bit that you've got documented here, John is not a good fit for this company. And it's going to make sense for him and us to move him along. Right now, legally, we don't have a very good case for this. And if this tries to move forward, and by the way, I'm going to pull you into any hearing that I have about this so you can be a part of this, because we're not going to win this. But if instead you start to document, and here, let me show you how you document. If you start documenting every time you have a conversation because there's a violation here, or this directive wasn't followed, or whatever, and you start documenting like this, in about 3 months minimum, and then you come back to me, and if you got documentation, we can probably make something happen. But until then, I can't help you because legally we don't have a case because you haven't documented enough yet. That right there, coaching a manager how to think about what they're doing, that starts teaching them the business case of what they're doing and the consequences of what they're not doing and doing. So now jump it up to the C-suite. Now, if you've got that kind of grounded foundation in understanding, there are a lot of mechanical pieces that I have to put in place, or my managers have to put in place, because if they don't, there are unintended consequences all over. When we're now sitting in the C-suite, you've had experience dealing with managers from all different functional areas of the organization. And you can start listening to their conversations, and you can see John, the CFO, across the table going, we got to cut the cost of those benefits because the premiums are going to go up by 30% next year. And by the way, we're going to completely take away the maternity. We're going to completely take away the dental because those are skyrocketing. And you're going to be the one to sit and go, okay, wait a minute, John. I understand the numbers, completely understand the numbers. But let's keep in mind the demographic of our workforce is 65% female. And 59% of them are under 30 years old. And you're going to take away the maternity benefits? I think it's a dumb move on our part. We can find a different way to make those numbers work. That's how you have impact at the C-suite level.
Yeah.
By not just going, you can't do that, you can't do that. You've got to know your demographics, you got to know your data, and you got to be able to speak in a language that is going to make other functional areas around the table go, dang, yeah, we're going to talk about this further.